All right, the video's going. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Nice to see you again. All right, let's see what we got going here.
I don't think I'll go work down here next year. I'm averaging like $122 commission and tips a game.
Oh, yeah, that's no good.
It's just too hard to work.
Yeah, it's not worth it. All right, here we go. Stand by.
Talk shoes. Recorded live.
Hi, this is Lisa Hicks Clayton, Dearborn Heights City Councilwoman, and you're listening to GC Community Chat. And now, here's your host, Carrie Parton.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of GC Community Chat. I'm your host, Carrie, and joining me tonight is Wayne County Commissioner Richard LeBlanc, Dr. Tom Iwinski, and Mike Jones. This show is dedicated to the residents and businesses of Garden City, as well as the surrounding communities. Remember, we're working hard to promote our community and yours. Well, hello, and thanks for tuning in tonight. You are listening to show number 255, getting closer to that 300 number. For July 23rd, 215, this is Garden City's only live podcast where we share news you can use and promote our community and yours. I'm your host, Carrie, and joining me tonight in studio is former Garden City councilman and longtime resident of Garden City, Mr. Mike Jones. Mike, how are you?
Other than tired and dehydrated, Carrie, I'm doing well.
Another long day at the ballpark, eh?
Yeah.
And not the outcome we wanted either, that's for sure.
No.
And also joining me via telephone is our favorite weather guy, Mr. Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great, Terry. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, we're doing good. Can't complain. Weather's been fabulous, but we'll get to that in a minute. And not in studio tonight again is Wayne County Commissioner Richard LeBlanc, but he says he's going to call in via telephone about 8:15 or so. He's got some campaign issues that he has to take care of, so, you know, that comes first, I guess. You know, puts us on the back burner, Mike. I don't know. What do you think of that?
Well, sometimes you got to pay attention to your job and your family.
Yeah, that's true. We'll forgive him. All right, hey, let's give a shout-out to our good buddy Jerry Thorne from Party Animal Travel. It is his birthday today, so happy birthday, Jerry, from all of us at GC Community Chat. So how's your guys' week going so far, other than you're dehydrated, Mike?
Oh, my week. Just tired all the time, Carrie. We had a day game after a night game, and I was going down there, and I'm thinking, I should be taking a nap now.
Yeah, right. Tom, how about you? You having a good week so far?
Yeah, and the weather's been great all week, and the heat's finally starting to subside. So yeah, it's been a good week.
Yeah, how's work going? Still working, plugging away?
Oh yeah, it's past the peak over there, but it's still pretty steady.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, our week's going pretty good. Cheryl's leaving in the morning for Buffalo, New York. She's going to the nation's largest garden walk, over 400 homes, if you can believe that. So they're looking forward to that. About 5 of them are going.
What's the day of the garden walk? Is it a few-day event? Or?
Yeah, it's like a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, it's crazy.
That'd be a lot of walking.
A lot of walking.
The weather looks good overall for the weekend. I do see a little bit of rain on Saturday night, but during the daytime hours, I think she should be all right.
Good.
Sunday looks better than Saturday, though. Saturday can be a little bit on the cloudy side, but Sunday the sun will come back.
Oh, cool. All right, she will enjoy that then. A little cooler than here, you think?
Yeah, a little cooler in the low 80s for overall high temperature.
Oh, that's nice.
Not too hot, so
Yeah.
not too hot or cold. So
Perfect. Yes, perfect. Plus, you know, they're going in through Canada. They're coming through Niagara Falls, so I guess they're going to go through there and, you know, just check out a few stores and stuff. So they'll have a good time.
Niagara on the Lake is very nice.
Yeah, it is nice there. We were there a few years back. Okay, tonight we're going to be talking, hopefully with Richard, what we pretty much thought a while back on this show, that the county is under a financial emergency, which was confirmed by Governor Snyder yesterday. Also, the National Transportation Council, get this, did a study and determined Michigan is 4th in the nation with bad roads. They didn't have to tell us that, did they?
Only 4th?
Only 4th. I'm going to let you know later the 3 that are ahead of us, and I think you're going to be surprised, too, by those 3. The August 4th primary is just around the corner. We'll give you our thoughts on the police and fire millage. And for our favorite hot dog vendor, Mike, July is National Hot Dog Month, and today, July 23rd, is National Hot Dog Day. And I'm going to give you some numbers, Mike, that
Raise the
might
flag.
surprise you. You're going to be boggled by some of these numbers. Joy and Holly, they're going to be here with their 2-minute gardening tips. And tonight, they're going to deal with those pesky bugs in your garden and what you can do safely to get them under containment. And we'll also have our community events announcements with Mike a little bit later. So why not sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and hang with us for the next 60 minutes or so. Should be a good one. But first, let's get Tom in here for the latest weather and the weekend weather. So let's get him in.
Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away.
So, Tom, it's been really, really nice, but it's going to start heating up again, I hear, maybe?
Yeah, not as bad as it was this weekend. This weekend we did get a little bit hot for the first time this year. We got into the low 90s. The humidity was way up there, and those heat indexes were near 100 on Saturday and Sunday. And we did see a little bit of rain as disturbances moved through, but nothing to really cool us down during the daytime hours. But luckily that has now cut down, and we're now a little bit back to average. We were in the low 80s today with all that sunshine out there. And for the rest of tonight, we'll see, again, a little bit of cloud cover. We see a morning sun, and then the clouds build throughout the day. And then those clouds start to break up as we get into the evening and overnight hours. And that's going to be another scenario as we get into tonight and into tomorrow. For overnight tonight, those temperatures will cool down into the low 60s. So not a bad night out there if you have any outdoor plans. And if you have any plans for tomorrow, it's going to be another great day out there. A little bit warmer than it was today in the mid to upper 80s. So it is going to be nice out there if you have any outdoor plans. A lot of sunshine. The humidity isn't going to be too high either, so that's good news. And as we get into the weekend, I do see a little disturbance moving through the northern United States, and that will give us a little bit of rain chances on Saturday. But I don't see a complete washout. The majority of the day will probably be dry, but there is that time frame as we get into the afternoon and evening hours where we will probably see a little bit of rain out there. And those temperatures, again, will be in the low to mid 80s. So overall, the temperatures this weekend are going to be pretty nice. And then that disturbance will move eastward and hit Buffalo, like I said. They'll probably see the rain a little bit later on Saturday night as opposed to us during the daytime hours as that system moves a little bit closer to Buffalo. And then it will move out to sea. But and as we get into Sunday, that sunshine will come back, and we'll see those temperatures again probably in the mid-80s. So overall, not a bad weekend. And as we get into next week, those temperatures will stay pretty warm out there. A little bit above average for this time of year, but nothing too dangerous. I don't see any prolonged heat waves to deal with. Overall, temperatures will probably be in the mid to upper 80s all of next week. So if you're going to be out and about, you're definitely going to stay hydrated, and we'll see a little bit of rain chances on Wednesday. But overall, the rest of the week looks pretty dry out there. So a lot of sunshine, some clouds will build up throughout the majority of the week, but overall, Wednesday is the only day I see rain. So not a whole lot of big storms to deal with here in the Great Lakes, so that's some great news. But as we expand outward, it's been pretty stormy across the southeastern United States and into the plains as it goes around a very strong ridge of high pressure. It's been very warm across the central United States, as we know, and across the northeast. So it's been pretty stormy around that ridge. And the west coast, again, we did see some rain actually in Southern California this week. And it was pretty unusual because it was from a tropical system that was breaking down and falling apart. It was a pretty weird system because a lot of that moisture went into Southern California, and it caused very rare rain postponement for the LA Angels and the San Diego Padres. Those games were postponed because of the rain, which is very rare because they really don't see rain out there. So it's pretty interesting to see that. And they did see a few inches in some spots, but overall they're going to need a whole lot more to break that drought out there. The drought is still continuing, and I don't really see any rain in the forecast anymore for them. So that's some good news out there. There was a little report out there that for that drought to be broken in California, they probably need close to 15 to 20 inches of rain in some of those spots, and some of the hardest hit spots need over 24 inches of rain.
Oh, my gosh.
It's absolutely crazy to think that that's the amount of rain that it needs to alleviate the drought.
Yeah.
But I'm very worried, though, about this winter because El Nino is really strong out there. And when El Nino is strong, that means California will see a very stormy pattern as we get into the winter months. So we'll see. We just have to see what happens because all that rain can happen at once, and it could be a flooding disaster. So
and how does
that? There, but nothing infinite.
How does that affect our weather, do you think, for the winter, that El Nino then?
El Nino for us is typically a little bit on the drier side. We won't see a whole lot of storminess because all those storm tracks are going south. But every El Nino is not the same. It's just typical. I'll have my winter outlook as we get closer into late fall. But it's a little too early to see what we're going to have there. Let's get through summer.
Right.
But it's a little interesting to see. And on the other side, as that drought continues, wildfires are continuing across parts of California and the Glacier National Park in Montana. There's a lot of wildfires out there as well. So California and the West Coast is still in a danger zone for the drought out there. And the last story I have of the night is not weather-related. It's going back to the astronomy. It's been a very busy week all for the NASA the last few weeks. Last week we had the New Horizons past Pluto, and they've seen it. It's pretty interesting. And as the new week appears, the Kepler Space Telescope discovered a new planet. And I don't know if you guys heard about this, but this planet is very similar to Earth.
Really?
And it surrounds a star, which is basically the sun.
Wow.
And it's about 60% larger than Earth. It could have an atmosphere. They're not sure yet, but it was discovered. It has 385 days.
Oh, my gosh.
And we have 365 days, so it's very similar. Basically what that means is how long it takes to orbit that star, or the sun, if you will. And this telescope that was launched in 2009 is just out there looking for habitational Earths out there. And they have found a few different ones. This isn't the first one they found, so it's pretty interesting that they keep finding these ones. But, I mean, we're not going to be there anytime soon. This planet is 1,400 light years away. One light year is 6 trillion miles away. So I'm not going to do that math, Terry, because I don't think they make a number that is that far away. But, yes, it is very, very far away.
Wow. But that's interesting.
It's interesting that there is we know there is life out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But we just don't know where exactly it is. But
Right.
we're finding it slowly and slowly. And I don't know if you heard that report about Steve Hawking tipping up that $100 million to find life out there. So,
No, I didn't hear that.
We might find it sooner or later. But, yeah, he did that with a Russian billionaire. So
Oh.
who knows, Terry? We
Interesting.
might find life sooner or later.
Yeah, could
hopefully
happen.
they're nice.
Yeah. Hopefully in our lifetime. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, hopefully. But hopefully they're not out to destroy us. But
Yeah.
see how that goes. But if you want to keep
come
tuned to
a
our
long way
night
to
weather,
do
just
that.
go to my website, DopplerTownsWeather.com.
Right. All right, Richard is on the phone. How you doing, Richard? How's your week going so far?
Oh, I'm so busy.
Yeah, I know you got some campaign stuff tonight to do, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But, takes time, but in the end, it's worth it.
Yep, got to do what you got to do,
So-
huh?
Just plodding along at the kitchen table.
All right, well, we'll get to you in a second here. If you'd like to be a part of the conversation here tonight, all you have to do is call 1-724-444-7444 and enter the call ID 82757 followed by the pound sign. Or you can join us in our chat room by going to TalkShoe.com and search for show ID 82757. That takes you right to our main show page where you'll click on the large Join In button, and a window's going to open, sign in as a guest, and that's all there is to it. Once you're in the chat room, you can type your questions and comments at the bottom of the page, and you'll find our phone number and show ID there as well. You can also text your questions to us at 734-788-9319, And if you can't join us live here tonight, we have that covered. All our shows are recorded, so you can catch us later at your convenience on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat, where we'll be posting the audio from tonight's show when it's made available, about 30 minutes or so after we sign off. Or go to our main show page at TalkShoe.com, search for call ID 82757, and you'll find all 255 shows over there for you. We're also in iTunes. Just search for GC Community Chat. And if all that wasn't enough, Mike, we have you covered via video. We do a live unedited video of tonight's show. Mike just smiled for the camera. So you can put a face with the voice, and that will be available sometime tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/community chat show. And that's always a / too. Please look for that. And while you're there, why not subscribe to the channel? That way you'll be notified when we post future shows. Now, I just want to mention that if you'd like to be a guest on the show, we still have plenty of dates available. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization and would like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities, then just send us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We'll shoot you some dates that are available, and that's all there is to it. So contact us today. Okay, let's get to our topics for tonight, and we'll bring Richard in here now. Well, confirmed yesterday by the governor, the county is in a financial emergency. So now the commission has the task of choosing one of 4 options to deal with this financial emergency. Number 1, enter into a consent agreement with the state. Number 2, get a state-appointed emergency manager. Number 3, mediation. And number 4, bankruptcy. So, Richard, what do you believe the commission is leaning towards?
Well, first, in addition to what you've said, there's one other step, and that is that Wayne County, per se, has a 7-day period in which they can contest or formally disagree with the governor's findings. It's after that point that we have 7 days to then make a decision.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to disagree, right? Do you at this point? Do you think?
I think there's more conversation than whether or not there's disagreement with the governor, because right now there is a work in progress, and that is to figure out if there is a pathway to what the executive has asked for, which is a consent agreement. So I know that the chairman of the commission is meeting on a very regular basis with the executive team to see what they can learn before the actual selection or choice is made. And the reason for that is that in a technical sense, if the Wayne County Commission were to say, okay, we agree with the executive, we would wish to have a consent agreement, and a consent agreement has not already previously been drawn up, then the consent agreement could pretty much be anything that certain people want, including the governor and or the executive. So we're trying to manage what that might look like ahead of time, because the carrot, if you will, is that to give the executive what he wants, the commission would need to know what would be included in it. Otherwise, the commission could choose one of the options that the executive doesn't want, and then we could beat each other up and that type of thing.
But bankruptcy,
that as a suggestion.
You said bankruptcy is pretty much off the table, isn't it? Because you really don't know anybody, just yourself.
Yeah, right. The things that cause us to be in this situation really do involve a handful of items, the largest being legacy costs related to both health care and pension.
Right.
We also have decisions that were made a few years ago regarding certain property purchases and construction projects like the jail, but largely to the tune of $900 million each, I'm told, for health care and retirement.
Wow.
That's the items that are very likely to be the subject of all of this.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to call it negotiation. All of this managing. So, yeah, there's There's a lot at stake, but it's different than your traditional bankruptcy where you have creditors that get pennies on the dollar that's owed them, et cetera, et cetera. And as I've said before, I think taxpayers have more than taken it on the chin,
Yeah.
but there are no real debtors at this point.
So let's say the 7 days are up. What's your gut feeling? Consent agreement?
My feeling today is that only a handful of commissioners have openly stated that they'd be open-minded about that. So
Wow.
we
Interesting.
could get there, I suppose, but realistically, the only other option, and I say realistically because not legally, but in a realistic sense, the only other option is a neutral evaluator, which is like a mediator, somebody who has to get consent from both sides to implement anything. And
Right.
I view that personally as just a method of buying some time.
Yeah.
I don't see that would be productive. So since the emergency manager would not be willingly selected by the commission, and since bankruptcy has been pretty much agreed by all those who have commented publicly as not being an option, you're faced with the other two, which is consent agreement and a neutral evaluator. And the neutral evaluator is a process that would take the rest of the year and then some, and may or may not be successful. But it is the hammer, if I can call it that certain commissioners may have at this time, and trying to see how other things can be managed within a consent agreement.
Right. Okay. So what
Yeah,
other
it's
what other
interesting,
things
really.
what other things are going on in the county at this time?
Well, really, the only other thing that is not so procedural, but on one hand it is the budget process.
Yeah, right. I was just
As
gonna
I
ask
mentioned last time, we received the budget, but we have yet to hold our first budget meeting.
you. Oh wow.
And it's really all because of timing.
Yeah.
We received the budget in July, and we received the notification that, we're right on the edge of having to make a financial decision related to our, the governor's signing. So we're going to begin both of those processes next week. And I'm told that at this point, it's likely that on August 6th, the Wayne County Commission will make a selection regarding which of those four options we choose. And at the same time, we're going to be dealing with the budget, which will likely be approved the latter part of September.
Wow. So you got a lot on your plate coming up. You think?
There certainly is.
Jeez. All right.
But and it's not a campaign slogan or anything like that. But truly, the county is better off today than when I arrived just 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's hard to visualize that, but really, in terms of our accumulated debt, in terms of our structural debt, in terms of a willingness to work together perhaps differently than in the past, all that's a little bit better than it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's just keep moving in that direction, if we can.
Well, we're forced to at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
with the declaration of the governor, we will be doing something different.
Yeah, yeah. And, like you said, the taxpayers have really took it on the chin, too, lately, so.
Yeah. I'm often asked, too, what the future holds financially, and I was asked last night at an event that I hosted, I was asked about future tax levies and whatnot. I was forthright, and I said, look, I've commented, on our radio show and elsewhere, I've commented that that's a tool that could be used, and it kind of scares me. That if the chief executive indicates, well, we don't have the money to pay for A, B, and C, then it could very well go on our tax bills.
Boy, yeah.
There's still much at stake. There really is.
That is a scary tool, It really is. I mean, boy, we could be saddled with a lot of stuff if he just said, hey, we don't have the money.
Yeah, and I'm not inclined to think that it will happen.
Yeah.
But the potential exists that it could happen.
Right, just knowing it's there, right, it could happen. Yeah. Mike, you got anything?
Point out,
Go ahead.
I'd also point out that earlier today, I received an email that had a link to it regarding an article in today's Detroit News, authored by Nolan Finley.
Oh, yeah.
And in it, it describes nearly to a T things that I mentioned on the show. I think it was last week, but it may have been the week before.
Gee, you think he listens?
What the county might look like in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he may be a listener. Who knows? But but what I had said, you may remember, is that I think that in 5 years you'll look at Wayne County and the jail and court system will be located on Mound Road, and
Yeah.
the Wayne County Commission and other Wayne County offices will be located in the Cadillac building, and there will be other development to take care of other certain properties. And if you look at it, Dan Gilbert gets forced by the downtown stuff. Look at that article today.
Okay.
It's like deja vu.
Wow. That's crazy.
Really, I was actually kind of surprised to see it in his paper today.
Yeah. Yeah. I watch him a lot. He's on Flashpoint or whatever with Devin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike, did you want to chime in on anything? Have anything to say, Richard?
No, Richard.
Really, no.
You keeping us informed.
He does a good job at that.
Yeah, just don't be raising my taxes if you don't have to.
Well, it won't be me.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that.
Yeah, I know that. That's for sure. Hey, I want to tell you, you hosted a very nice event last night. It was a great turnout, huh?
Yeah, I was pretty pleased. We had
Did you have a count?
142 people that signed in.
Wow.
And so I don't know, perhaps some folks didn't sign in, but yeah, I was pleased, and the weather, of course, was top notch.
Yeah.
Setting was great.
Thank you, Tom.
And enthusiasm was that. Yeah, thank you, Tom. For one.
You weren't selling hot
Hey, your kind of weather's coming up, man. Going to get hot, so don't complain.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I'm glad. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, I don't know. Do you have to go right away, or?
Well, unless we're going to be talking more stuff about me, I'm going to sign off and get back to work, because I'm looking here and I've got, let's see, I've got about 42 other items. It looks like on my the screen of my computer. About 42 other items I got to get done before midnight.
Okay, well,
Related to
briefly, let
campaign stuff.
let me just get your thoughts. Legislatures have recessed for the summer with no road bill.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts
It's not
on
a
that?
surprise.
Briefly,
Not a
yeah,
surprise.
yeah, not surprised.
I said to you and to others before that I do believe that it will happen this year, but I also did not believe that it would happen during the summer.
Yeah,
Because there's a day interspersed where they have session throughout the months of June, July, and August, but largely they don't meet until a week after Labor Day. And that's the way it goes.
yeah,
I did read late last night, that the House of Representatives is not at all interested in the Senate plan. And so that means they're going to butt heads a little bit and get into a room and negotiate, and something will happen. But one of the most telling comments, I thought it was very, very interesting, and you could take it a number of different ways, but the Senate Majority Leader, Arlen Meekhoff, and Arlen's a friend, I've known him for a while.
yeah,
Arlen, when asked about the lack of progress and about the vacation and this, that, and the other, he said, it'll get done, and it'll get done by Republicans, because that's who the state elected to get it done. And I thought, that's a pretty bold statement.
that is very bold.
It's also accurate.
Yeah,
If it gets done, because the state did elect a majority of Republicans.
that's true.
So I think if I were in the Democratic caucus, I would be watching with bated breath to see whether there's inclusiveness or whether they just plan to do it themselves and, have it be done.
Yeah, and if
One of
it's
the ways I took it, though, was that it will be done, and it will be done this year.
right, and like you said, it'll be done by the Republicans, and if the public don't like it, they're going to take the heat for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
That's one of the problems. There's some Republicans that don't want to increase spending to take care of this.
You're right. You're exactly right.
And I think
Well,
they
the
should.
House said that their plan largely relies on using existing resources, and that's where they're stuck right now.
Yeah, they couldn't get enough votes.
Yeah. unfortunately, existing resources means we take money for roads away from money that's also needed for other things.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
don't
problem
know.
I saw before, that I mentioned before the May election was. I thought that was a bad proposal. I'm not surprised it got defeated so badly.
Yeah,
but
I'm not either.
I had no confidence that the legislature would be able to come up with something that would be better.
Yeah.
And so
A
far,
plan
they
B.
haven't.
No, they haven't. They've let everybody down. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to let you go. I know you got some campaign stuff to do, and have a great weekend, all right?
Sounds good.
All
Thanks.
right.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll see you
See you guys.
sometime.
Alrighty.
All right.
Deal.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, moving on. Like I said earlier, the National Transportation Council did a research, Mike, and determined Michigan is the 4th in the nation with bad roads. They're saying 56% of our roads are in poor condition or worse.
I certainly drive on a lot of those.
Yeah, well, we ought to know. I mean, they're not telling us anything new. But let me give you the 3 states that are ahead of us, and I think you're going to be a little surprised. We'll start with number 3 first. Concord, California. Number 2 is Los Angeles, California. And number 1 is San Francisco, California. Now, I find it hard to believe that all 3 are in California, where they have no harsh winters and no salt to deal with.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I mean, is it
Yeah,
just
I just-
from sheer neglect or
I don't know.
traffic?
And
I know they have a lot of.
I'm assuming they don't have the huge weight limits that we have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just
I don't
assuming
know.
it. I thought nobody had weight limits like Michigan had.
Well, I know they have gridlock. I mean, that's for sure. They definitely have the traffic in a lot of those places.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 California states, 1, 2, and 3
Cities.
or cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unusual. I don't know. I got nothing for that.
Me neither. I don't know why they would be worse than ours because, like you said,
They got
the
supreme
weather. The weather doesn't look like it should cause it.
No,
I don't think the truck weight limits would be causing it.
it can't be the sea salt. I mean,
I don't think there would.
I don't know.
Do they have requirements like we'd like to implement on the people that do the roads that you have to guarantee your work? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Well, hopefully we're going to have that. You know, hold their feet to the fire if they fall apart in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to check out California and see what their requirements are. You know, like the weight measures and stuff like that. The trucks. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, kind of disappointing. You know, the legislature recessed for the summer now, and no plan is in place. They're no further ahead now than they were.
You see also that the national government wants to take money away from the funds being used to tear down buildings in places like Detroit that are
Yep.
abandoned
Yep,
and
like-
use that money for roads.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, I don't know. It's going to be ugly. I mean, that's all there is to it. I don't think you're going to please anybody, to be honest with you, but it's going to get ugly before it gets better, I think.
Yep. Most likely.
All right. Hey, July is National Hot Dog Month, and today,
Really?
July 23rd, is National Hot Dog Day. Now, you
Nice.
sold a few today. Or no,
No,
you
I
did
sold
hot,
ice cream today.
Yesterday
Sorry
was hot
about-
dog.
Sorry about that National Hot Dog Day, but after getting burned on Monday and Wednesday night selling hot dogs when we had way more hot dog vendors than we needed,
Well-
I decided it was better to switch over and sell some ice cream.
We'll get a load of some of these figures there that might surprise you. During hot dog season, which is Memorial Day through Labor Day, 818 hot dogs are eaten every second. Every second. That is crazy. And get this, on the 4th of July, Americans devour approximately 150 million hot dogs. Now, if you sold that many hot dogs, you could have retired.
Yeah. I don't know why those people don't come to Tiger ball games.
Where are
and
you?
Buy from me. Come on.
Right, where are you?
Monday night I spent 100 minutes just selling 30 hot dogs, sold 15 more before I went home. It was
Oh
like,
my God.
And
150 million. That's enough to stretch from coast to coast 5 times.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, like I said, you could have been long retired selling that many, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Joey and Holly and get their 2-minute gardening tips, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. Let's get Joey and Holly in here.
This is Gardening in 2 Minutes. When gardening, we all face issues with unwanted bugs. Now, there's a variety of different situations that you can combat this problem with. You could go and purchase harmful chemicals from your local garden center to spray in your garden. But those are not selective. They will kill everything, good and bad bugs. You could introduce native species, beneficial insects into your garden by flowers or actually purchasing them online.
One thing you can do to avoid or to combat bad bugs is things such as soapy water for aphids, and for many other little bugs you can do things such as a hot pepper spray where you mix some ground red pepper with water and spray it on the plants. That'll deter some bugs as well.
You can also just simply remove the bugs, bug by bug, with your fingers. Or you can go the no-touch route and simply leave the plant and the bad bugs alone. For example, if you have 3 pepper plants and one pepper plant is being infestated with bad bugs but the other 2 are not, your best scenario is to leave that one plant in the ground alone and allow those bad bugs to eat and feast on the one plant, knowing you're not going to get a harvest off of it. If you choose to remove that plant, those bugs, those bad bugs that were eating on that, for example, pepper plant, are going to find the neighboring pepper plants and begin their feast on that as well. So leaving your one bad plant alone may be the solution to this situation.
Another chemical or non-chemical is called BT, and this is a natural substance that you can find at any garden center, and it is good for the tomato hornworm, the tobacco hornworm, and the cabbage leaper.
So when it comes to bad bugs, it's not just a one thing fits all. You need to examine your situation because one scenario may not always work all the time. For more information on controlling bugs in your garden, our weekly video productions, as well as our free downloadable digital quarterly magazine, you can find all that information at
The WisconsinVegetableGardener.com.
For Gardening in 2 Minutes, I'm Joy Baird.
And I'm Holly Baird.
All right, thank you guys. Very interesting. Interesting. The main thing there is not to use any harsh chemicals if possible, because that hurts all the good bugs in the environment, really.
Yeah.
And the bees are really hurting, I guess.
They're losing habitat
Yeah.
badly. Butterflies.
Yeah, your monarchs and yeah, it's terrible. All right, I have a couple of reminders here. There will be no coffee hours with our legislators for the month of August. They will meet again the second Monday of every month, and they'll be returning September 14th. That will be their next coffee hour. I also want to remind all residents that the next regular city council meeting will be held on July 27th at 7 p.m. in the council chamber located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. They urge all residents to attend. And lately it's been somewhat a circus with the election year, and all the snakes are out spewing their crap. So
Yeah, a lot of posturing.
yeah, it's entertainment, just kind of like Trump. Entertaining. Boy, there's a real character for you, isn't it? Wow. The Democrats got to be sitting back just enjoying this show, man. It's crazy.
Republicans have a significant problem
Yes, they do.
running for president.
Well, first off, they got 16 people running.
And they all feel that they can't get the nomination unless they pacify the far-right religious fringe people. And if they do that, then they're going to have trouble winning the general election because that's not going to be enough support overall. And people like Trump are trying to essentially guarantee that they're going to get scratched in the minority votes
Well, he's
they weren't
leading
gonna-
in the polls, man.
Yeah, but when they get to the general election,
Well, yeah.
he's not going to attract any Hispanic voters.
Well, right now they're just worried about keeping him off of the stage when the debates come next
well,
month.
good.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah,
They don't want to get him in there. They don't want him in there.
yeah. Well,
So that
I
it's
can
going to be
understand
interesting.
that, but some of their other candidates
Yeah.
espouse some pretty far out
Oh, absolutely.
things too. So we'll see.
Yeah. It's going to be entertaining, like I said. All right, Mike, let's head on over to you, and we'll get some of those announcements. You got quite a few over there, I think, tonight.
Yeah, you prepared a whole list for me, Kerry. Mark your calendars for the Lucky Squirrel Flea Market event this Saturday, July 25th. Much, much bigger than last year. Arts, crafts, vintage goods, auto parts, jewelry, glassware, books, and so much more.
And I think the weather's going to be good for him.
Yeah, you have to come to see it for yourself. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Avenue, 5805 Central Avenue in the Farmers Market lot. There's a vendor show to raise money for Florence Park in Garden City. Please invite your friends and neighbors to this event, then add the date to your calendar. Thursday, August 13th, 6 to 8:30, 31735 Maplewood, Garden City. The Maplewood Center vendors who will be present are Pampered Chef, 31, Sensi, Paparazzi Jewelry, and Jamberry. Did you know that the Garden City Public Library offers drop-in computer tutoring every Tuesday from 10 to 2 p.m.? Do you need to brush up on the basics? Come on in and take advantage of this great resource. The library's course is located in the Maplewood Center, 31735 Maplewood Street. Although entrance to the library is better off, or is easier off of Balmoral on the other side. For more information, call 734-793-1830. Did you know as a free service, you can take your old or outdated prescription medicines to the Garden City Police Department? There's a box in the lobby to collect and properly dispose of potentially dangerous medicines which are no longer needed. I got a couple that I should drop off there.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Don't flush them.
No, absolutely. Don't get them in the water system. We don't need that.
No.
Garden City Arts and Crafts Festival. This is July 25th from 9 to 6 and the 26th from 12 to 5. It's going to benefit the Lyman Foundation and the Berger Autistic School Association. You can visit their website to see the generous sponsors. It's at Garden City High School, 6500 Middle Belt, open to the public. Arts, crafts, food, family fun featuring the world's first Kmart and first Little Caesars, Michigan's first McDonald's restaurant. I didn't know we had Michigan's first McDonald's restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First sit down, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's Saturday, the same day as the Lucky Squirrel, and they're hoping that, they'll have the people, go back and forth. So that'll be a nice little thing there for them.
For more information, you can call 734-728-1185, or for you people who aren't technology challenged, go to the Garden City Arts and Crafts at yahoo.com.
Or go to the library, right?
Yeah.
Where they'll teach you.
Right. The Garden City Hockey Association is having their third annual golf tournament. Saturday, August 8th at 2:15. Shotguns start at 9 a.m. Check-in at 8 a.m. This is at the Gateway Golf Course, 33290 Gateway Drive in Romulus. You can sponsor a hole for $100, donate an item for a gift basket, donate items for the prize table, or make a monetary donation. Entry fee is $80 per player. Make all checks, money orders payable to GCHA. And there's a place to list your 4 golfers in your team. Additional opportunities and registration information, please contact Darlene Hennessy at 313-917-4173 or at shortdog at wideopenwest.com.
Yeah, I actually got that today from Lisa, and We're going to try and get her and someone else from their organization on the show here. So I'm going to send them some dates. So,
The Garden City Public Library has been presented the James C. Dance Award. Public is invited to a special celebration performance by Dance Express.
yeah, it's kind of a big deal. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of the big things that happens over there at the Senior Center or the Maplewood Center. This is going to be at the Maplewood Community Center gym. It's going to be on August 15th at 1 p.m. After the performance, stop at the library to browse our new instructional dance selection of instructional dance books. I don't know if a dance book would do me any good. I think that ship has already sailed. CDs and DVDs purchased thanks to the generous grant. Light refreshments will be served. Call at 734-793-1830 to reserve your seat in the Garden City Public Library. An appreciation picnic. Who do we appreciate? You. You and your family are invited to an appreciation picnic Saturday, August 15th from 1 till 4:30. Hamburgers and hot dogs.
Oh, boy.
Get your red
Get
hots.
your hot dog.
Yeah. Bounce houses for kids of all ages. American Kempo demonstration. This is going to be put on by our friends at Guardian Martial Arts. 309-244 Ford Road in Garden City, 734.
I think your grandkids are in there, aren't they?
My grandkids go to Guardian Martial Arts. They're kind of taking about a month break
Okay.
for the summer. But they will be back. Although right now my granddaughter's still got her broken arm.
Right.
So
Right.
for another, I don't know, 2 or 4 weeks, something like that. She's still going to be in a cast.
Wow. Miss the entire swim season.
Yeah, well, her grandmother, who I've known for 48 plus years, ordered a sleeve thing that you can put over the cast so she can go in the water. All you have to do is check it every 30 minutes or so to make sure the cast isn't getting wet.
Right.
Yeah, she's been in the pool a couple of times.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, keep your arm up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think she's going back on the trampoline they have yet. But
No. We don't need to break the other arm.
No. Feel so sorry for her because it is her left arm and she is left-handed. So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of been a bummer of a summer for her from that point of view.
Yeah.
What you got, Kerry?
Fairhaven Baptist Church, located at 34850 Marquette in Westland, they're going to be having a world-class athletes performing amazing feats of strength. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They're called Stand. And it's going to be Friday, July 31st at 7 p.m. and Saturday, August 1st at 6 p.m. I'm going to try and get my son to go, and I think we're going to go there. Registration begins at a half hour before the event, and you can give them a call for more information at 734-728-4549. They said everyone is welcome, so kind of cool. Might want to watch some of that stuff. Also, don't forget the Straight Farmhouse, once again, is having their outdoor flea markets. They're located at 6221 Merriman Road, on Merriman between Ford and Warren. Their flea markets are the second and third Saturday of the month. Their next one will be August the 8th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Setup begins at 8 a.m. It's only $15 for a 10 by 10 space. All monies from the space rental goes to the museum. So you might want to check that out if you have some things that you'd like to get rid of or just go shopping for. Check it out over there at the Straight Farmhouse. Also, don't forget the First United Methodist Church in Garden City at 6443 Merriman is having their ice cream social, which is a great event. They're also going to have music by the Big Band Express. That's going to be August 26th. They want you to come meet some ice cream and do some dancing in the parking lot and bring your lawn chair. Make yourself at home and make yourself comfortable. So mark your calendar for that.
There's an article in today's Observer that also points out that they've got some free summer concerts.
Right.
One with a gospel singer on July 29th.
Okay.
These are all Wednesday, just like that social,
Yep.
ice cream social.
And I believe those are all inside. I think Dick told me.
Optometrics on August 5th with music from the 50s and 60s. Gosh, that's some stuff I even
Yeah.
heard of. Harmony Town Chorus on August 12th. Members of Wayne Chapter of Barber Shoppers, and a harpist, Charles Walker, on Wednesday, August 19th.
Yeah. Cool.
So some good.
And those are all free.
Those are all free at First United Methodist Church. So.
Well, that 50s and 60s, heck, they might even get you over there, Shake Your Moneymaker.
Yeah, right. At least I'd know the words to the songs.
There you go. I got one more here. American Legion Post 396 is going to be having a golf outing August 15th at Warren Valley Golf Course. It's a shotgun start at 9 a.m. It's $100 per golfer, 18-hole scramble, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, raffles, and much more. This is the one that you wanted to enter, $15,000 for a hole-in-one. Mike.
Yeah, I'm likely to come real close to that.
All proceeds will be benefiting Stiggy's Dogs and the Home Food Pantry in Garden City. So they're going to want you to register by August the 5th, and you can do so by calling our good friend Dick King at 734-564-7080. Please bring a non-perishable canned good to donate. They would really appreciate it. Once again, that's going to be at the Warren Valley Golf Course, August the 15th. And, boy, I think that's all I have right now. If I missed anything, forgive me. And if you have anything that you'd like announced on the show, we got a pretty good little audience. It gets out there. Send it to us at gcommunitychat@gmail.com, and we'll get it out there for you. All right. Also, Brenda's Butterfly Habitat is now open, and they're doing great over there. It's located at Barson's Greenhouse, which is located at 6414 Merriman Road. She's now open through September 5th, Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It will be closed if it's raining. It's a great place to hang out with the kids or the grandkids or just by yourself. I think, Mike, you did that, didn't you?
Yeah, my wife and I took our granddaughter over there. She had a great time.
Yeah, it is.
It's
really
very fascinating. They love seeing the butterflies and the caterpillars or whatever the things are that become butterflies.
And it's just a real pretty place.
Yeah, it's nice setting.
Brenda's done a great job.
Look at that one. Look at that one.
Yeah.
Look at that one.
Yeah, they'll land on you too sometimes. So it's all free, but donations are accepted. You can help Brenda out by making a donation of your choice. Check it out. You won't be sorry. And also, the Garden City Business Alliance is always looking for new members. Any business owner interested in becoming a member of the GCBA, please visit their website at gcbiz, that's B-I-Z, 48135.org, or go to their Facebook page at facebook.com/Garden City Business Alliance, where you'll find all the information you'll need to become a member. Or you can call 734-788-9319 and talk to the president himself. The GCBA meets on the second Friday of the month.
Who would that be?
And their next meeting is August the 14th at 6 p.m. And hosting that meeting will be the Golden Feather Restaurant, located at 29633 Ford Road. Looking forward to that. The meeting will mark their 1-year anniversary, so we think there might be a little something special planned that night. Bring your ideas and some business cards, because networking is what it's all about. The GCBA is talking about some great events planned in the future for the community. And I can tell you there are 2 events tentatively planned for October, and they're going to be a lot of fun, trust me. And we're going to give you more information on that to follow. So stay tuned. Why not consider joining and be a part of moving our business community forward? It is a great organization. Mike, you got anything else you want to talk about? Anything new in Kiwanis?
No, nothing in particular in Kiwanis that I'm aware of. I missed today's meeting because I was working at the ballpark. But, you and I aren't elected officials, so I think we don't have any restrictions about giving our opinions on things like this safety millage.
Right. I was just going to bring that up.
And I think it warrants some comments because there's a little bit of publicity both for and against in today's Observer. Mm-hmm. One person wants to emphasize that it's going to raise 8.5 to 9 million. Well, that's over 5 years. It's not like it's going to do
Exactly.
that in 1 year.
Right.
It's not going to really increase your taxes from what they were, because the millage has been in place for 3 years.
And it's the average homeowner will pay $120 a year,
Yeah.
$600
Which they're
over
already
5
paying.
years, which they're already paying. It's not going up. It's dedicated strictly for the police and fire,
And
and it's to maintain what we have now.
yet, without this renewal, in 1 year we'd be looking at significant cuts, which would undoubtedly affect response time
Yep.
and safety from both police and a fire point of view in Garden City. To me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I like
I know
my
there are people that-
firemen and I like the police, and I don't want them going anywhere.
No, we,
And we don't want to scare anybody, but you stand to lose, 17, I think up to 17
Yeah.
total fire and police. So,
and we don't have the fat to afford that. We don't have.
No.
We barely got the minimum amount that we need to function effectively.
yeah, I mean, we're and I urge everyone that listens to this show, please go back on our Facebook, not Facebook page, but our main show page at TalkShoe.com. Search for show ID 82757 and listen to City Manager Bob Murray, who was on the show. I believe it was 253, show number 253. You'll see it there. It's listed.
A couple weeks ago.
And if you want to know the truth about this millage, listen to that, and he will give you the truth. And if it's not the truth, hey, call him out on it. But I'm telling you, without this millage, we stand to lose a lot. We really do.
Yeah.
And this guy on the front page of the Observer today, he's talking. He wants to privatize our rescue. Are you kidding me? That's not even cost effective. Plus, it's going to cost us a response time, which would probably compare us to Detroit. Really, we're at 3 to 5 minutes right now, which is excellent. So, August the 4th is the primary, and I urge everyone to get out and vote.
Less than 2 weeks. So
We are supporting it here. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I've got the sign up in my yard, and I'm
Yep.
definitely supporting this. I think it's something that is for the best of Garden City and its residents.
Right. Absolutely.
Quality of life will certainly be maintained with this and suffer without it.
Yeah, let me tell you, I mean, we don't want to be compared to any of these other communities that are really hurting. I mean, there's been financial emergency managers coming in. We don't want that here in Garden City. Right now, we're doing well. There's always improvement, but as the economy grows, I think we will too. What do you think?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're limited as the housing market goes up.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of available tax dollars can't go up more than the inflation.
Mm-hmm.
And so while it was real quick to decline,
Yeah,
it's going to be
The
much
recovery's
slower to recover.
exactly.
And it could take us 20 years to get back to where we were in the boom times of like 2007 or so.
Yes. And when City Manager Murray was here, he said, look, this is not going to be a lifetime millage. They do not want this to be a lifetime millage. After 5 years, we may be in good enough shape to where they won't need it,
Yeah.
So I urge everybody, please listen to that show again, show number 253, and he'll give you the straight skinny. And if you have any questions, hey, by all means, contact me. I'll put you in contact with him or whatever, and he'll answer all your questions. But don't listen to this stuff on, people are just pulling numbers and stuff out their butts because they're not doing the research or not doing their homework. So
Yeah, they
That's-
throw out
that's
a
the-
bunch of stuff that
that's-
is more or less a scare tactic,
exactly.
and it's
Yeah, don't-
certainly not true.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I don't know. For those of you that know me and you know Mike and you know Richard, we pretty much tell it the way it is, and I'm not going to lie to you. So hopefully get out and vote August the 4th and vote yes for the millage. We would appreciate it. All right. Anything else, Mike?
No, because the only other thing that's on the ballot then is the primary for the mayor.
Right.
And we got 3 candidates, and
Yep.
we're going to narrow it down to 2 for the general election.
Yep, and that's even getting a little nasty too. So I'm not going to go into the details. I'm not going to give them the time of day, but it's you can tell it's an election year. That's for sure.
Yep.
So we know who the bigger man is. All right. If you have nothing else, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. I want to thank my co-hosts, Richard, Tom, and Mike. Great job as always. Kind of a good discussion tonight. I think we covered a lot.
Yep.
Great job as always. And also thanks to Holly and Joey all the way from Wisconsin for your gardening tips. We appreciate that. And thank you to everyone who hung out with us in the chat room and to those that will be watching us later on our YouTube channel. We really appreciate your support. Sometimes we don't always get the audience in the chat room that listens, live at night. And I understand people are barbecuing, it's vacations and that. But I got to tell you, our downloads are doing much, much better. So people are listening later on at their convenience, and I'm happy that we're able to record this and get it posted, and people can listen at their convenience when they want. Download it to your iPod, your phone, whatever you got. And don't forget the audio from tonight's show, once again, will be made available on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat shortly after we sign off tonight. And look for our video of tonight's show sometime tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/CommunityChatShow. Okay, remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. And if you see something, say something. Look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, head on over to DopplerTomsWeather.com. He's got a great little website over there with all the information you need to plan your events. So join us next week right here on TalkShoe.com, show ID 82757, when we'll be live with another episode of GC Community Chat. And remember, if you want your voice to be heard, be sure to vote August the 4th in the primary, and then again November the 3rd in the general election. And I also want to mention that we'll be taking a vacation the last 2 weeks in August, and we'll be back on the air September 3rd. Be a great time to get caught up on any past shows you may have missed simply by going to TalkShoe.com and search for call ID 82757. And all 255 shows are over there listed for you on the main show page. So, once again, I recommend go listen to 253 with City Manager Bob Murray for all the information about the city and the millage. So on behalf of Richard, Tom, Mike, Holly, and Joey, this is Kerry. You guys take care and see you next time. Let me just say goodnight to our video audience. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next week. You guys take care.